Dasi from Bombay. This is my humble obeisances. All Guru Shishla Prabhupada, all Guru Maharaj, and all the devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Kamadaki Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances and glories to Sri Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Mataji, for joining.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण कपिका माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम शिला प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय दासी संसार हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna, Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances and glories to Sri Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Mataji, for joining.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Revati Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Revati Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances and glories to Sri Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anjana Gopika Mataji, Dhanvat Krishna Prabhupada. Our glories to all the assembled Vaishnavas. This is Kirtila Sundari Dasi.
Hare Krishna, please Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances of glories to Sri Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Mataji, for joining.
Hare Krishna Mataji, my Dhanvat Pranam to you. All glories to Sri Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Shivani from Ashton, Virginia.
Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances of glories to Sri Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Mataji, for joining. Hare Krishna, we welcome Savitri Mataji today. Today's class is given by Savitri Mataji. The topic is Sri Caitanya Caritamtra Antya Lila, chapter 37 onwards. Mataji, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Sri Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Please take over the call, Mataji.
Thank you, Anjana Gupta Mataji, and all the assembled devotees in the call. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada, all goes to Guru Maharaj. Yes, we are going to read from Sri Caitanya Caritamra Antya Lila, chapter 12, the loving dealings between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Jagadananda Pandit. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Mitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Khanvitamsham He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Mancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvaya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are reading from Antya Lila. of Sri Caitanya Caritamrita, chapter 12, starting from the text number 37. Petangi gayo kori, गाय करे दंडवत नमस्कार गोविंद कहे श्रीकांत आगे पेटानी उतारो. When Shrikanta offered obeisance to the Lord, he was still wearing his shirt and coat. Therefore, Govinda told him, my dear Shrikanta, first take off these garments. Purport. One is forbidden to enter the deity room or offer anything to the deity while wearing a shirt or coat. In the Tantras, it is said, Bastre navrita dehastu yo naraha pranamed dharim svitri bhavati mudhatma sapta janmani bhavini. Anyone who offers respects and obeisances to the deity while wearing garments on the upper portion of his body is condemned to be a leper for 7 births. In this section, we are hearing about the meeting of devotees, Vaishnavas from Bengal. They came to Jagannath Puri for meeting with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and attending Rath Yatra. And they would be staying there for 4 months, as every year they would do. And this time was some special kind, means Nityananda Prabhu also accompanied. He also came from Bengal. Prior to that, we heard, that Mahaprabhu ordered Nityananda Prabhu to go back to Bengal for a special service. What was the special service? For preaching to in the whole land of Bengal. Bengal land is not just ordinary land. We have to always remember that. Land of Bengal. Just like India is the country, is not just any other country. Similarly, within India, the land of Bengal is not just any kind of land or tract of land. Very special, very dear to Mahaprabhu. Because within this land of Bengal, Navadviv is situated, which is none other than Golok Dham. Shweta Dvipa. Shweta Dvipa is known as Navadvipa. Golok Dham in this planet is known as Braja or Vrindavan or Gokul. Right? We heard it. So Nityananda Prabhu would go to every town and village and everyone's door with a prayer, begging everyone for taking up Krishna consciousness, especially understanding Gauranga Mahaprabhu and his mission, and his mercy, and his Upadesh, instruction of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, reading Bhagavad Gita, and worship Krishna. So Nityananda Prabhu stayed in Bengal, but this year was the special year. He also came. And we see along with the devotees, their wives also came, and the children. So Grihastha Jivan is not that we cannot achieve our perfection by having family. But the main point is, goal is one of everyone in the family. All the members of the family should have only one goal. Again, restoring our consciousness, original consciousness, renovating our original relationship with Krishna. This is a special gift in this human form of life. So he came, and Shrikanta was the son of the sister of Shivananda Sen. When we are reading these Leelas, understand that Leelas are not just to read, but to meditate. This is the point, Leela Smarana. For example, when we offer food, eatables to Lord, we sing Bhoga Arati, or remember the Bhoga Arati. What is that? Bhakti Vinod Thakur takes us to the Vrindavan, to this Braja, Vrindavan, where Mata Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, they're calling Krishna for coming to the place where they can sit and have prasadam, Goshta Vihari. Simultaneously, remembering Gauranga, Bhaja Bhakata Vatsala Sri Gaurahari. Also, Nanda Yashomati Chitta Hari. Simultaneous, remembering. So the whole Bhogarati written by Bhakti Vinod, that while you and me, we are offering Bhoga to our dear Lord. Remembering this is Vrindavan and this is Navadvip, and we are offering here Nanda Maharaj is there, Yashomati, Radha Rani, and all the Sakhis and also Gopas, the friends of Krishna, and they are sitting all around and they're having prasadam, so many items are being prepared. This meditation, Lila Smarana, when we hear about Shivananda saying, immediately we can understand or meditate. He was the associate of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Every year he took care of the devotees in arranging the tolls and places to reside in the place. Because from Bengal to come to Jagannath Puri, generally that would take 15 to 20 days on foot. At that time they would go anywhere walking, and from Bengal to Vrindavan Dham it would take more than 3 months, so on foot. So in many places they would cross the rivers or they would stay somewhere. So this is the point. And when they reached Jagannath Puri, Shrikanta, the son of sister of Shivananda Sen, straight went to meet with Mahaprabhu, and he was wearing not dhoti. That's the point, or something else. But generally, everyone would wear dhoti, kurta, spiritual dress. So he said, Govinda, the servant of Mahaprabhu, said, first you take off, then you come. And Prabhupada gave us one understanding. It's for the male, not for the female, right? Devotees, that to enter into the temple without wearing anything means upper garment, means I meant to say shirt or coat. Means it has so much benefit to have the consciousness, oneness of consciousness, the spiritual world. It's all about that, right? The holy name, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, carries the spiritual world. So immediately our consciousness is connected with the spiritual world, means Golok Dham, Gayatri, or the way we way we have the lifestyle, means way of lifestyle, eating, wearing is so important. Have to establish that original consciousness. I am there and I am one of them, like that. But Srila Prabhupada, according to time and places, he gave us so many instructions. Means going to the altar, this is still current, going to the altar, we follow this because it has the very spiritual effect on the mind. That's why one may think, okay, is it necessary? Necessary for changing our consciousness. That's why this proper lifestyle. Okay, now next text 38. Prabhu kahe shikanto ashiyache পাইয়া দুঃখ কিছু না বলিহ করুক যাতে ইহারো সুখ. Translation. As Govinda was warning Shrikanta, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, don't bother him. Let Shrikanta do whatever he likes. For he has come here in a distressed state of mind. As we know, what was his distress? Because Nityananda Prabhu was angry at Shivananda Sen for not being able to arrange a place to spend the night, reside the night on the way to Jagannath Puri. He was staying behind for paying the toll. But ultimately he arranged that place of staying like in the at the village in the house of some Vaishya who was taking care of cows. But Nityananda Prabhu got angry and he kicked Shivananda. Shivananda Sain did not mind because that is the sign of mercy. What the yogis, they cannot get the lotus feet, attain the lotus feet for many years of meditation. That lotus feet, lotus feet, Nityananda Prabhu placed on the head of Shivananda. As we know, Kaliya never, worshipped Krishna, but Krishna placed his feet on the head of Kaliya. The wives of Kaliya was praying, praising, glorifying that we don't know how this, wicked Kaliya had this good fortune of touch of the lotus feet of Lord. Apparently, it was that Nityananda Prabhu was not happy, not knowing what was going on, and kicked. Shivananda Sain was so jubilant, and he praised, and he understood that was the just mercy. But this little boy, Shukanta, did not like it. So he felt little offended, upset, and he left the party and reached Mahaprabhu before them. But Mahaprabhu knew he is omniscient. He was omniscient and knew the incident. So he said, do not bother. Later he would understand. So yes, Mahaprabhu is showing his causeless mercy on the devotees, because he would say that already everyone took so much trouble to come to hear me, Jagannath Puri, to meet with me. So Mahaprabhu showing that he was so grateful, actually. This is Lord's heart. It's not one-sided, both-sided. Krishna. Just like we see the picture, right? Meeting of Gopakumar and Krishna. Both were so happy by meeting each other. So both were so happy and pleased. 39. Vaishnavero Samacharo Gosai Puchila Eke Eke Shabaro Namo Shikanto Janaila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inquired from Shikanta about all the Vaishnavas, and the boy informed the Lord about them, naming them one after another. Although Govinda said to, change the upper garment, but Mahaprabhu said it's okay. And Mahaprabhu is now, was now showing the affection to this boy, asking about all the Vaishnavas. These are to be meditated, right? By meditating Gaura Lila or Krishna Lila, we enter into the Leelas of consciousness, means consciousness. And that is all about connecting our consciousness with Krishna, Krishna's name, Leela, Gun, everything. Just like, the at the end, means the last verse of Bhogarati, I love that most, that Bhaktivinoda says, Hari Lila, Hari Lila ekmatro, jaharo promodo, Bhogarati gaye সেই ভকতি বিনোদ. Hari Lila, the pastimes of Lord Hari is the only means, Jahar Promodo, means of bliss, means meditation on the pastimes, or comforts, Pramod, the joy, bliss. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur writing this Bhagarati for us. Means each Leela is so wonderful to remember Lord and his dealings with the devotees. Of course, the dealings with Jagadananda Pandit is not yet started, but dealings with the devotees personally is so wonderful. So Shrikanta started to speak 40. দুঃখ পাইয়া আসিয়াছে এই প্রভুর বাক্য শুনি জানিলা সর্বজ্ঞ প্রভু এত অনুমানী. Translation. When Shrikanta Sen heard the Lord say he is distressed, he could understand that the Lord is omniscient. Yes, he understands everything in our mind, whatever is going on, past, present, future. His glance is so powerful. He knows. His glance is so powerful that he could see everything, past, present, future, at a time. This is the omniscience of Lord. So now boy understood Mahaprabhu. He was omniscient. 41, Shivananda Lathi Marila Ihana Kohila Hita Shava Vaishnava Gano Ashia Milila. As he described the Vaishnavas, therefore, he did not mention Lord Nityananda's kicking Shivananda Sena. Meanwhile, all the devotees arrived and went to meet the Lord. So the boy also became very much influenced by the attraction of Mahaprabhu. Just like a little child is pacified by mother's love. We are also hankering, right? Isn't it? A loving glance from the Lord and loving conversation with the Lord. This material world is a place where everyone is burning, right? Forest fire is going on. We are in the midst of forest fire, actually. Just suppose your house is on fire. How could you live in this house, in the house peacefully? Fire is burning in the heart. Fire is everywhere. Although we see this material world is so nice place to enjoy, the truth is different. So the boy Shrikanta described everything, means about the devotees. Devotees, how many devotees came from Bengal? Like 200, 2 to 300 altogether. Many devotees also accompanied by their own family. In Gaura Lila, we see so many devotees. Most of the devotees were married, having a wife. and children. Out of Panchatattva, only Gauranga and Gadadhar didn't have children. Gadadhar Pandit was sannyasi from the beginning. Mahaprabhu married twice, but didn't have any family life or children. Nityananda had, Advaita Acharya, and Srivas Prabhu. And Mahaprabhu's associates, so many devotees, intimate associates also, they had family. So, but he did not mention about the kicking of Sri Nityananda Prabhu because that hurt him. So he did not mention. Understood that Mahaprabhu knew his heart. 42. পূর্ববৎ প্রভু কৈলাস সবার মিলন স্ত্রী সব দূর হইতে করিলা প্রভুর দর্শন. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu received them all, just as he had in previous years. The women, however, saw the Lord from a distance. See, we can meditate on that when we'll be meeting again with Lord in the Golok Dham or the spiritual world. So this is very important, taking shelter of Dham right now. Or Jagannath Puri Dham, right? Means where the devotees can meet. There's a meeting place, right? That's why it is called Yoga Peeth. In Vrindavan also, we say Yoga Peeth. Navadvip Dham, Yoga Peeth, the meeting place where the devotees meet with Lord. And as we are seeing in Jagannath Puri, the place of Kashi Mishra, where Mahaprabhu would meet, receive all the devotees. Yoga Peeth, the land or the seat of meeting Lord with the devotees, is very, very, very wonderful means to transfer our consciousness to the Golok. Before living body, it's not physical, movement. It's movement of consciousness. Be ready. We must be ready. Or as if we are there. Here we live our life as a matter of duty or as the arrangement. Must have very loving connection with our family members because they are also Vaishnavas. At the same time, our heart should be given to Lord and the Dham, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Had a big family, 10 children, wife, responsible job, and so many social responsibility also, spiritual life, teaching of Krishna consciousness, trying to spread Krishna consciousness every corner was his mission. Still, he had the time or meditation. It's like that total absorption in the Leelas which are going on in Golok Dham or Navadvip Dham simultaneously. And by the empowerment of the holy name, because holy name carries the mystic potency, all mystic potencies, right? Nam Namakari, Bahuda, Nija, Sarvashakti. If we see Golaka Yantra, according to Brahma Samhita, we see within the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the entire spiritual world is there, especially Golok and the Leelas and the qualities, Radha Krishna associates, qualities, everything is within the holy name. It's all about our moving the consciousness and connecting the Golok Dham, because the sound vibrations, Shabda Brahma carries everything we desire. Meditation, there will be meeting Lord, returning back to the Lord, entering into pastimes for the serving of their lordships, Shri Radha, Govinda, there or in the Navadvip Dham. Any place we must choose and live there internally. That's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that Bhagarati wrote by meditating on Krishna Lila in Gokul Dham, Brajadham, Vrindavan, or Golok Dham. There's no difference. From Brahma Samhita we understand Gokul or Golok. And he wrote Sandhyarati, remembering Navadvip Lila, Kiva Jaya Jaya, Gora Chande, Arati Ko Shobha. Also he wrote Jaya Jaya, Gauro Gadadhara, Bhali Gauro Gadadhara, Arati Ko Shobha. Is meditating Gauranga Lila in Navadvip. So in Jagannath Puri also we can meditate. These Leelas are the means of meditating, transferring our consciousness. So every year Mahaprabhu would receive them with affection, but the women always stay a little far, following the etiquette. Mahaprabhu was sannyasi. And it's the culture in Vedic culture or our Indian culture that we stay separate. Even with the temple, we follow this, right? Separately in a place for women, separate place for men, like that. It's good. It's very, very wonderful. Not every culture follows that. Many cultures, they follow this, the separation. It's good for everyone to follow the etiquette. Internally, we can touch the lotus feet of the Lord and pay our obeisances. That Mahaprabhu said, and that Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Mam Vishame Bhavam Budhau Kripaya Tava Pada Pankaja Sthita Duli Sadrisham Vichinta. It's open for everyone. Please consider me a speck of dust at your lotus feet. Means you are staying there, touching the lotus feet and accepting our original position as the subordinate, subservient, insignificant souls. Our place is at that lotus feet of Lord. Some or other we have come to this world. This world is what? Ocean of birth and death. It's the fact. It's the fact. It's just a forest fire, a place of death, nothing but death ultimately. So pick me up, please. So we can meditate on that Mahaprabhu's teaching. Now 43. Basha Gharo Purvavat Shabare Dawaila Mahaprasad Bhojane Shabaro Bulaila. The Lord again arranged for the residential quarters of all the devotees and thereafter called them to partake of the remnants of food offered to Lord Jagannath. See, once they reached there, there's no worry. Mahaprabhu was arranging for everything. This is also to meditate on, right? Actually, Krishna is arranging everything, but if we think that my hard work is everything, it's wrong. Yes, I have to do it. Srila Prabhupada said many times, even the animals, plants, means in the forest or so many trees are there, so many living beings are there. Who is feeding them? And Krishna, they are not worried about. Only human beings are worried. Realizing this point, our struggle for existence would be just half. Would be doing, but would not be struggling. And having this faith so much, Krishna, Mahaprabhu arranged, and it's a fact. It's a fact. Means from our side, we have to have this eagerness to meet with Krishna and offering ourselves to Krishna. From Krishna's side, he is doing everything. Nitya Nityanam, Chetanas Chetananam, Eko Bahunam, Yo Vidudhati Kaman. No need to worry for anything. Yogakshemam Baham Yaham, Krishna or Mahaprabhu arranges. And Mahaprasad from Jagannath Puri is so, so, so wonderful. One Maharaj was giving class and he was saying, in Jagannath Puri, Lord Jagannath eats 56 items so many times, right? Means after eating one batch of offering, just washing his hand after eating, he washes his hand and then next offering arrives. Means even there's no time to dry out the hand. This is Jagannath. So many items are offered throughout the day for the pleasure of Lord Jagannath. But one thing Maharaj was saying, that in Jagannath Puri, the temple, what they are preparing, they do not offer everything. Means very restricted their ingredients. Many things they cannot offer, like cauliflower, cabbage, white potato, tomato, eggplant, many things. Those items were not grown in India at the time or anyway restricted. But they always use first class ingredients. First class. And very tasty offering. But Maharaj was saying, but Jagannath developed a desire to eat other items, South Indian, North Indian, East Indian, West Indian, whatever, or from all over the world, Europe, America, Asia, Australia, everywhere. So he empowered Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, inaugurated Rath Yatra all over the world. There's no certain day. In Jagannath Puri, they follow one certain day for Jagannath Rath Yatra. And for other places, there's no certain day. Everywhere, throughout the year, Rath Yatra can be observed. And Jagannath goes everywhere, and devotees offer pizza, pasta, everything. So Mahaprabhu, Jagannath, Lord Jagannath tastes every sort of food from any corner of the planet. So Maharaj was glorifying Srila Prabhupada, assisting Jagannath, Lord Jagannath, to fulfill his desire to taste everything. The loving preparations offered by devotees from every corner. But Jagannath Puri's prasad is very special, very, very special. Now many devotees are, making YouTube. How do they prepare in clay pot. Those ingredients, the process is different. The ingredients are different. Everything, but the taste, transcendental. Many devotees can prepare sometimes. Okay, now 44. Shivananda tina putre গোসাইরে মিলাইলাম শিবানন্দ সম্বন্ধে সবাই বহু কৃপা কইলাম. Shivananda Sain introduced his 3 sons to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because they were his sons. The Lord showed the boys great mercy. See, any connection if we have with the devotees, that's enough. With the relation, connection with Shivananda Sain, Mahaprabhu showed them great mercy. It doesn't matter the wife or children or disciple or friend. Any way possible, if we are connected with pure devotees, Mahaprabhu will accept us and show great mercy. Like we are all connected with Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada was very confidential devotee, servant of Krishna. And this connection is so powerful. Prabhupada many times said, just do this, I'll take you back to spiritual world, right? Like Nityananda Prabhu said, while he was giving the mercy of the holy name to everyone, he also took a vow. Please just go on chanting. The rest of the things is on the shoulder, my shoulder. Responsibility is my shoulder to take you back to the spiritual world. Why? On our own, we cannot go. Krishna has to pick us up because we are now drowning in the ocean of birth and death. Mrittu samsara sagarat. We cannot cross the ocean. There's no shore of the ocean of the birth and death. Mrittu samsara sagarat. But someone can pick us up. We see the picture, right? One person is drowning in the ocean and Lord Narayana, arrives on the back of Garuda to pick up that drowning devotee. What the devotee does, he stretched up the hand to be held by Lord, and Lord extends his hand downward, and then Lord picks us up. Very wonderful picture to meditate on. Because we are so tiny, insignificant soul. Some or other we are here, Now it is hard to go back to our original place. We wanted to have independent life of sense enjoyment, that's it. This feeling brought us over here. Now we are all trying to go back to our original place, the place of deathlessness, place of bliss, place of without misery. So what do we need? We need mercy of the Vaishnavas, mercy of scripture, mercy of Lord, taking shelter of the holy name, mercy of the holy name. Always we should remember the holy name carries everything. Inconceivable mystic potencies are there in the holy name. Holy name gives up. Holy name descended on us. The whole spiritual world already given to us. just to accept and realize, make the connection. Nityananda Prabhu's mercy is with us. Srila Prabhupada's mercy is also with us. Gurudev's mercy, Vaishnava's mercy also with us. And scriptures, just like we are now reading, we are meditating on the pastimes of Mahaprabhu. Who is Mahaprabhu? Radha Krishna combined form, absolute truth. Just following Mahaprabhu, his instructions, attaching ourselves with Mahaprabhu, we'll just reach the Vrindavan because there, Radha Krishna together in one form. According to our rasa will be placed. Just following Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu will settle the rasa in us. Whatever rasa, and settle in Vrindavan. As we know from the description of the spiritual world from Brahma Samhita, Golokdham has 2 chambers, right? Shvetadvipa, where Panchatattvas are there, devotees of Mahaprabhu there, and Gokul or Radha Krishna pastimes are going on. So we are very fortunate, transcendentally fortunate souls, although we don't understand our good fortune, but by reading again and again, we are reminded of our good fortune and not to miss it. Must increase our good fortune more and more. 45 ছোট পুত্রে দেখি প্রভু নাম পুছিলা পরমানন্দ দাস নাম সেন জানাইলা. Lord Chaitanya asked the youngest son's name, and Shivananda Sen informed the Lord that his name was Paramananda Das. So we heard 3 sons of Shivananda Sen along with his wife. They arrived, and the youngest son's name, Lord, asked. He knew what was a nice thing, conversation between Lord and the servants. So beautiful. Must be hankering for that. Our eagerness must be for that. When Krishna will talk to me, ask about me, Mahaprabhu also asked about me. 46-47 পূর্বে যাবে শিবানন্দ প্রভুর স্থানে আইলা তবে মহাপ্রভু তারে কহিতে লাগিলা এবারও তোমার যেই হইবে কুমার পুরীদাস বলি নাম ধরিও তাহারো. Once before, when Shivananda Sen had visited Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at his residence, the Lord had told him, when this son is born, give him the name Puri Das. Means Paramananda Das is Puri Das. Such a wonderful, inconceivable mercy on Shivananda. Shivananda was serving the devotees. See what he did? By serving the devotees, we attract the kindness of Lord or attraction of Lord for us. Shivananda was responsible for serving the devotees from Bengal in the journey to Sri Jagannath Puri, right? Taking care of them. And he also took care of a dog. Whenever I hear the name of Shivananda Sen, I remember the dog's good fortune, how he took care of the dog even. And dog was not any ordinary dog. He was a Vaishnava in the body of a dog. He also chanted Hare Krishna Mahamantra in front of Lord Gauranga. This is also very wonderful to meditate on. Mahaprabhu saying, chant, Hare Krishna, 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 bolo, bolo. And the dog was saying and dancing. And Mahaprabhu was throwing the soft pulp of green coconut. Very sweet, and like we say it is malai. Malai means so soft and like creamy. Soft coconut, not yet formed fully. The green coconut, you know. In South also people love coconuts. In Bengal also people love coconut. In South we see people use coconut in their cooking lot. And Bengalis also use coconut a lot. You know, Bengalis especially in summertime, they love to drink the green coconut. And also on Jagannath Puri, coconut water people drink. And also soft part of coconut, green coconut, very tasty. So, yeah, if we remember and meditate, it's very wonderful. Any lila, if we go on meditating or one after another lilas meditating, means we'll be living in the company of Lord in the Dham, either Golok Dham, Navadip Dham, or Jagannath Puri Dham, where the Lord. Any Leela, I love to talk with our neighbors in Shidham Mayapur. They are so advanced devotees. A lot of things to learn. One devotee, who is our next door neighbor, Mataji, is from UK. Whenever I talk, I feel so much elevated in my consciousness. Means she is so enthusiastic devotee and totally focused in her sadhana, in her bhajan in Navadvip Dham. For the lockdown, for the pandemic, she spent a lot of time, like full year to 2020, and now still there. Whenever we talk, she talks about the Sankirtan. She every day joins the Nagar Kirtan, in Shridham Mayapur. Devotees every day, early morning, go for Nagar Sankirtan to village and distribute prasadam. Villagers, they join. They also, sing Hare Krishna Mahamantra, dance, and they get the prasadam. It's going on. Her service is that. And she always says, ending, at the end, describing everything what is going on in Shridham Mayapur. She would say, my only goal is to enter into Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan Lila in the Dham. She's living in the Dham, but entering into Dham is different. Means in Golok Dham, Shvetodhi Dham, where Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan Lila is going on. Golokero Premodhano Harinam Sankirtana. Rotina Jonmilo Kenetai. I'm so unfortunate that I have no attraction for the Nama Sankirtanam. It is just Golokere Premodhan. It descended from Golok Dham. It's a fact from Sri Caitanya Caritamrita or Brahma Samhita. We understand, or Bhagavatam. Sankirtana Yagni. Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam. Sangopango Parshadam. Sangopangastra Parshadam. Yagnai Sankirtane Prayai. Yajanti Hisu Medhasa. And other subsequent verses are all speaking about Mahaprabhu, Mahapurusham, Vande Devshim Shri Mahapurusham. paying my obeisances to that Mahapurusha who is Mahaprabhu, who brought this Sankirtan Lila, who is same Krishna appeared in Kali Yuga. This material world is itself is bad place. It's a place of death only. Mrityu sansara sagarat, nothing else. And within this material world, Kali Yuga is most fallen age. Within this Kali Yuga, our lifespan is so reduced. Buddhi is so contaminated. Manda buddhi, manda bhagya, hi upadrita, dhruta. Son, Puri Das. Very, very fortunate soul to have the name from Mahaprabhu. Still devotees, they do this when new child is born, they consult or they call their Guru Maharaj to give the name. We can meditate on that. And Guru Maharajas also are doing that, they give the name. They give the name to the newborn baby. It's wonderful. Wonderful. Has too much spiritual value in it. So this is all about. So thank you everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you giving me this opportunity to read Sri Caitanya Caritamrita with all of you and giving your transcendental association to me. I'm always hankering for that association. Thank you. Thank you again. I'm so grateful. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you very much, Mataji. Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hari Bol.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Dandat Pranam.
Thank you. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much
Dandavat.
for your wonderful association. And I really like the point that when you mentioned that how Shivanand Sen, he was the true recipient of Krishna's mercy because he was serving his devotees. Often Prabhupada has quoted in Bhagavatam, and Krishna himself says that one who is the devotee of my devotee is more dear to me. And we can see through the live example of Shivanand Sen that how he perfected the statement, how he was so busy in serving the Vaishnavas. And so, the whole family, his children, his wife, and even his nephews were so much dear to Mahaprabhu. So that really, struck us that, we should always aspire to serve the Vaishnavas. So thank you for reiterating that point, and, thank you for your appreciation.
Yes, because we are all servants. The more we serve the devotees, the more we become, the more we restore our consciousness in a proper place. Yes, attracting the mercy of Lord. Yes, I'm so glad. I'm so glad to get this opportunity. Yes. Yes, to read these portions. Yes. Yes, so wonderful. Thank you, Kirtida. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Anyone else has any questions, any comments?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Murangi.
Yeah, there's that part of the Lila today. I think if I got it straight, that interruption. Yeah, where Kalakanta Prabhu was feeling bad that Lord Chaitanya had kicked Shivananda Singh, right? and Lord Chaitanya understood Kalakanta's heart. So can you repeat how it was that?
I didn't means Nityananda Prabhu kicked Shivananda, and Shikanta got upset. Shikanta.
Right. So can you repeat how it was that Lord Chaitanya was able to pacify the heart of Shikanta?
Yeah. It was wrong for for the boy to think that it was not the mercy, it was anger of Nityananda Prabhu. Just like we also, we cannot take chastisement from our Gurudev with a happy heart. Do we think that it's mercy? No, I think I don't deserve it. Many devotees, they even give up their Guru's association. Because Guru Dev, who is the representative of Nityananda Prabhu, has got full right to chastise, correct ourselves. Maybe sometimes we see Gurudev is so angry and saying so many words like that. So what happened? Shivananda Sen was responsible, means he took this responsibility on him as a service to the devotees to take care of 200 to 300 devotees who were coming on foot from Bengal to Jagannath Puri. Generally, it always took, with the children, more than maybe 20 days, on foot. It was not easy carrying, because within the group also, Raghava Pandit's Jali, Raghavira Jali was also there, right? They brought so many wonderful preparations, food, what we heard, right? Raghavira Jali, the food bag of Raghav Pandit, that his sister Damayanti prepared. So my point is, the group of people of 200 to 300, their families, wives also were there, women also there, and children also were there. It took a lot of time and trouble, hard work to cross many mountains, cross many rivers, villages. So every night they would spend in somehow some safe place to sleep, and also prepare food on the journey to have prasadam. So time to time they would stop, prepare food, or all were at the expense, means Shivananda Prabhu would bear the expenses. Shivananda Sen had that ability, and he accepted the seva. Okay, I will take care of like that, everything. Food and a resting place and the toll that they had to pay while crossing the river in boat. Like that. That time, whole India was divided so small countries. Just like when we enter into a new country, we pay toll money. So once the devotees crossed the river first, and Shivananda came later, he was busy to pay the toll, so he left behind, and the group walked forward. And within that group, Nityananda Prabhu was there this time. And Nityananda Prabhu was angry because by that time, Shivananda Sen did not arrange any place to sleep or take rest for the night. Night means from the sundown to sunrise kind, not like now. Generally, Shivananda Sen would approach any person in the village, find some place to live. he was left behind. So by that time, Nityananda Prabhu got angry when he joined the devotees. Nityananda Prabhu just got up and kicked him. But Shivananda Prabhu was so happy. Special empowerment, very special. The Lord on his own spontaneously placed the feet or foot on the head. Like Nityananda Prabhu also kicked Raghunath Das Goswami. Oh, so wonderful. Like Krishna also danced on the head of Kaliya. So wonderful. We're always meditating on the lotus feet, right? We touch our head on the lotus feet, isn't it? We want to touch our head on the lotus feet, right? When you see the deities, what do we first do? What do we do first thing? In our meditation, we touch the feet of Lord and place our head on the Lord. Lotus feet, it is not. It's that we do. Shivananda Sen understood this causeless mercy upon him. He knew who was Nityananda Prabhu. He is Balaram, none other than Krishna. But the boy, Shikanta, who was the nephew of Shivananda, did not realize. And he got upset. Because he knew that Shikanta Sen was the associate of Lord Chaitanya. He did not deserve it. A kicking from Nityananda Prabhu. So he left the group and walked forward and reached Mahaprabhu before them they reached. But Mahaprabhu was omniscient. He understood his distressed mind, and but he affectionately spoke to this boy. This is Gauranga, never takes our offenses. This is Nityananda. They never take our offenses. I love one example by Jagannath Das Babaji. He said, see, in Brajadham, Vrindavan Dham, there is a consideration of aparad. Like little boy Krishna broke the pot of butter pot. So Mother Yashoda, tied him in his belly with a grinding mortar, udukul, right? That is Damodar Lila. But the same Nimai in Shachimata's house broke so many pots, did so many mischiefs, but Sachimata never ever gave any punishment to Ranga Mahaprabhu. In his childhood Leela, when we read in Caitanya Caritamtra or Bhagavata, Chaitanya Bhagavata, we know Nimai was a very naughty boy. So Jagannath Das Babaji was saying, Navadip Dham is Dham of mercy only. Forgive us. Mahaprabhu forgives. Jagai Madhai easily got liberation. So it is to meditate on Mahaprabhu's mercy. He affectionately talked with the boy and pacified him. Okay?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. What did he actually say to him that pacified him?
He said, he talked, Govinda Das said, take off your shirts. And he did not do it. But Mahaprabhu said, don't think, don't bother him. He had come with the distressed mind. So by saying that, like a mother says, oh, I know you are hurt. It's okay, just saying, loving words, vanished. He talked about, tell me who were there in the party, who came, talk about us. about everything. So by hearing from Mahaprabhu, he was pacified. His way of dealing is transcendental. By talking to the boy got pacified.
Mhm.
That's the
When he left the party, and was going on his own, what was his plan, to go to Jagannath Puri by himself?
means, that is the description. Means he didn't like the whole, because in the party Nityananda Prabhu was there, and Shivananda Srin also did not stop him. No one, like the dog also did that. Dog knew the path to reach Mahaprabhu, and the boy every year, they would come, so he knew the path. He knew the direction, right? Even the dog. These are all transcendental pastimes. When the dog appeared one night, and Shivananda Sain did not eat even without feeding the dog. How could he eat? He was such wonderful, responsible devotee. He wanted to serve everyone before he even took his prasad. See, one item of sadhana, if we perform very nicely, that will connect with us, with Lord, that will connect us with Lord. Shivananda Sain took up this opportunity to serve the devotees. Very great. Anyway, the boy knew, just left everyone and came to Mahaprabhu, because that was their goal, to come to Mahaprabhu. All the way they would just think of Mahaprabhu, how to meet with Mahaprabhu, what will speak, how to, like that. Just like in our life also, we chant, we do everything for what? To join Krishna in the spiritual world. So we can meditate, what will happen, like that. Means live, not here. There's Yamuna, there's Govardhan Hill, there's cows, all Suravi cows. And the land of Vrindavan is Chintamani Dham. And the holy name is also Chintamani, right? And Namas Chintamani. Rasa Vigraha. It's so wonderful. Right? Go on meditating. And that Chintamani Dham, Golok Dham, where the pastimes are going on. What I'm doing here? In this land of birth and death only. Oh, it's not the good place to live. It's not the good place to live. But by the mercy of scriptures, Mahaprabhu, Caitanya Caritamrita, Bhagavatam, Gita, Bhakta Sangha, holy name chanting, we are becoming eligible for going back to Krishna, means meeting with Krishna, meeting with all the devotees over there. So wonderful. Either you go alone or with the party who are also going. Best is with the party. Who are they? They're all the devotees of Lord Gauranga, devotees of Lord Mahaprabhu and Krishna. Okay, I think it is okay with you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
I did have one other thing, but maybe because of time, I should not ask now.
No, you ask. You ask. I will give answers in short.
Yeah. It's a short thing, actually. I was just wondering about the fact that men should not wear cloth on their upper portion, and we should emulate that because that's how it is in the spiritual world, I think you were saying. So I was just
in the
wondering.
altar, going to the altar, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was just wondering, because I know you were saying that how it is done in the spiritual world, we should try to emulate that. So I was just wondering if we know the reason why in the spiritual world men do not wear
Yeah, due to see the very comfortable, very comfortable. It's the spiritual culture. That's it. That's it. Comfortable, very, very wonderful. Here, according to time and place, we have to do it. It means mentally, as much as possible, we have to follow their lifestyle. It's all about making consciousness strongly connected with the spiritual culture, spiritual world. There they wear saris, gopi dress, they have long hair, whatever, It's not just that way is enough, but it comes automatically. The more one is advanced, more he adopts that because very conducive. Srila Prabhupada was also asked many times, to join you, do you have to shave the head and wear the bed sheet? Prabhupada says it helps. Like if you're a soldier, you wear the specific, uniform. Yeah. So it's like, but it was not necessary, because Arjuna also asked this question in chapter 2. How a self-realized soul sits, stands, walks, speak. Means what is the lifestyle? What do they eat? What they wear? All together. Means that was the question. Also in 14th chapter, again Arjuna asked this same question. Who is free from all modes of nature? How is their behavior? Means as we become more and more advanced, and still this going on in everywhere, for the men, not for the female, but men, women, they enter into the altar wearing chadar, not the shirt. The not wearing shirt means stitched garment, stitched garment. But they cover the body, upper body they cover with the chadar. We see also Krishna, isn't it? In India, in Sridham Mayapur, in Vrindavan, most of the time Krishna is not wearing any shirt, right? But the chadar, or the upper garment, miscovering the chadar. What is the meaning of chadar? Anyway,
shawl, like shawl.
Shawl, yeah, covering, right? In America, year long we put shirt on, right? Because America's place is different. And Srila Prabhupada also said, always have shirts for Gonitai and Krishna. It's good. But in India, we see Lord is not wearing any stitched garment, upper garment. This is a spiritual world. This is a spiritual culture. There is like that. Very simple life. Especially Golok Dham or Navadip Dham. This village set. Boys are always busy, playing, doing things. That is the culture. Why not they are wearing jeans? Sometimes we see, they try to dress the deities with jeans or whatever, watch, wristwatch, and like the hat. But we should understand the spiritual culture. Okay. Just like we follow the temple, we wear proper devotional dresses. And if we keep the dresses on whole day, then we can have some consciousness connect. It's all about connecting our consciousness. Yeah, that's the point. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Okay. So, yes.
Mataji, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I was asking for Anjana Gopika Mataji.
Oh, I see.
Anyways, Mataji, thank you so much. If you don't have any other further questions and comments, we can end the call.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for your wonderful association and sharing your wonderful realizations with all of us and helping us progress in our spiritual life. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank
Really
you.
indebted and grateful to you. With this note, we'll end our today's session. Vancha kalpatarubhascha
Tarubhyascha kripa sindhuvaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव बिंदु की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, चैतन्य चैतामृत की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।
Hare Savitri Mataji ki jai.
All the Vaishnav की जय।
Thank you.